a secured credit card, why is it valuable with Navy Federal Credit Union or with any credit union? Well, it's the lowest barrier and the lowest risk for the financial institution, which will allow you to build credit, repair credit, or establish credit data points within their banking system. Every bank and credit union has their own scoring model, their own underwriting, and their own requirements for getting you approved for something. You're going to have a better chance of getting approved if you already have a relationship with a credit union or a bank. Most of the time, you're going to have a better banking relationship with a credit union than a big bank or a regional bank. But I like credit unions, mid-sized banks, and then the big boys. But regardless, between all of them, when you're doing banking with them, you are more likely to get approved for high limit credit funding and other credit products when you already have a relationship. Think about it. They already see your spending habits. They already see that you're putting deposits in. They see how you're paying your bills on time. They're already having an idea of who you are, and they're willing to give you credit versus somebody that they don't have a relationship with. Okay? So just keep that in mind. And that's why some people don't like secured cards, because they would say, why do I want to put my own capital to get capital with them? And I understand that mind frame, but when you're able to fund these secured cards with somebody else's money, so you're really not coming out of pocket with your own card. If you take, I'm going to say that to the end, but I'm going to say that to the end, so you got to watch the whole video. But basically, these secured credit cards, right? You guys got me in my zone right now. I love it. And I freestyle these videos. I don't even like do a prompt or nothing like that. But back to the conversation, okay? These secured credit cards, they're going to be your gateway drug into all of the other drugs that they have, in a sense, right? They're going to be your gateway into everything that they have at that bank or institution. So in the sense of Navy Federal Credit Union, how this works is, once you are a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, and you can, like I said, watch the video in my playlist, then you can do a secured credit card. You need to have a minimum of a $200 deposit, and you can fund that with a credit card, with another credit card. So if you had a 0% card, you can fund that card. You can fund your account, okay, with that credit card. Minimum of $200 deposit. They will, unfortunately, do a hard pull with a secured credit card. I know, I hate it too. It's going to come from TransUnion, which is the good thing, because not everything comes from TransUnion. They're like the lesser of all the credit bureaus that people pull from. So TransUnion is going to be the hard pull. It's going to be one hard pull. It's going to be a minimum of $200 deposit to do it, okay? And then it's going to graduate to an unsecured credit card after 6 months, and you're going to also be able to get a credit limit increase. Okay, let's stop and just unpack what I just said. Number one, you can fund the Navy Federal Credit. You can fund Navy Federal Credit Union with a credit card. In my opinion, you should do it with a 0% on purchases credit card. So now you just funded this bank account with somebody else's money, and you're not paying interest on it for a certain amount of time, right? Then what's happening is you're taking that money and you're having a secured card. You're making it a secured card, so that way you get a trade line, right? You get a primary trade line to help you repair your credit, restore your credit, and to build data points within that institution. So you use somebody else's money. You didn't come out of pocket. You're not paying interest. You just created a trade line out of thin air. Okay. Now what you can even do too, I'm going to get to it at the end of the video, but after 6 months, after half of a year, you will keep the age of history of that card. It'll become unsecured. You will get that money back, and then you can pay back that other credit card that you borrowed the money from at 0%, so you still don't pay interest. So you just literally, poof, Houdini, made a trade line out of nowhere. Sure did. Okay. And you can also, after 91 days, we're just going to get right into the credit plug hack. After 91 days of you having that card, you can apply for an unsecured card. So here's my play. All right. This is how we're going to do it. You open up Navy Federal Credit Union. You watch the videos to learn how to do it. Then you're going to fund the Federal Credit Union with as much as you can on a 0% card. Then what you're going to do is you're going to have a sum of money in your bank account that you're not paying interest on for a certain amount of time, right? You're then going to call Navy Federal Credit Union, and you're going to say, I want to do a secured credit card, and they're going to move that money into a savings account, lock it, create a credit card for you that will report to all three bureaus, that will graduate in 6 months. In 91 days after, or 100 days if you want to just be safe, at 100 days after you start that secured credit card, you can apply for another credit card, an unsecured credit card. Okay, so you have your secured card, not 100 days, you're going to apply for another credit card. You're most likely going to get approved, and you're going to do it for the Platinum or the Cash Rewards, which is a low-tier credit card. You can rewind this video as much as you want. Secured credit card, 100 days, you're going to apply for another credit card. You're going to pull from TransUnion, but you're most likely going to get approved probably for $25,000, $15,000 on a Platinum or a Cash Rewards credit card. At a total of 6 months, 90 days later, you're going to have that secured credit card unsecured. So now you have two credit cards. Your unsecured, just unsecured. Your secured, just unsecured, and the other unsecured credit card that you have. You can have a total of 3 cards with Navy Federal. Okay, so now you have 2 cards right there. 6 months. What are you going to do after 6 months? Apply for another one. Every 90 days, every 91 days, you can apply for another credit card. You can have a max of 3, and they're going to pull from TransUnion, and these limits go up to $50,000 on each card, except for their flagship, which is $80,000. Don't go for the big boys right away. Go for the small, baby steps. Secured, low tier, high tier. Now, if you even want something else to do this, because I try to jam information in this video, while you have the secured card and you're waiting for the 100 days so you can apply for a regular credit card, you can even do what I call a pledge loan. You guys can watch that video up there as well. It's in the Navy Federal playlist. And then you can have an installment loan and a revolving line of credit all going at the same time that's manufactured from somebody else's money. Okay? So watch all these videos, but basically that's how you manufacture trade lines on your account. You can even sell these trade lines. If somebody needs to get on an installment loan, call somebody up, say, hey, I got a secured loan here with Navy Federal. I'll put you on for this amount of money. Or the same thing with the secured credit card, right? So these are going to be different plays and plugs that you can do. But that's why you want to watch this channel, read the descriptions, and look at the comment section, because these things change all the time. But Navy Federal Credit Union, that's why people love them. High access to credit funding, great secured products where you can grow and build credit profiles and rebuild them and build data points so you get the maximum limits. And this is a pretty sweet video, guys. You should give me a thumbs up for this one. I went hard on this one for you. If you guys have comments, you guys can or questions, feel free to do the comments. You may need to watch this a little bit to kind of go through how I described my play here with the secured credit card. But I love Navy Federal Navy Federal secured credit cards. They will change your life. They will change your trajectory with credit. You definitely get into Navy Federal any way that you can legally. So, and don't do it the backdoor method, because you could be frozen out and they could freeze all of your accounts there with Navy Federal, shut you out, audit you, and create a hassle for you. So make sure you watch the entire Navy Federal playlist, and there'll be new videos to it all the time as well. I'll be doing other credit unions, so if you don't qualify for Navy Federal Credit Union, there's a ton of great credit unions that I'm going to be reviewing here. Like I said, I got a ton of topics to go through. So subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Peace.